One of the things that I hate about politics is that it makes tragic situations even worse because people who buy into the left side or they buy into the right side, they start blaming and there's a bunch of bad words. And then in the process, when a life is lost, it's kind of minimized through the politicization of the actual event and what happened. This is from the New York Post. It says, hero firefighter Corey Comparator's widow reveals his final words as he shielded family at Trump's rally. And okay, this is a reported event, okay? I'm not real quick to believe official stories, but if it happened this way, this guy's final breath and his final thought was thinking about the safety of his family, getting them down and using his body as a shield. And if that's the case, if that's what happened, this guy truly is, in the minds of his family and people who view this situation as, that's what heroes do. That's what a person who would be labeled a hero, that's the kind of action you would expect out of him. Get down. Those were the final words of volunteer firefighter and father of two, Corey Comparator, as he shielded his family from a sniper who opened fire on former President Donald Trump. And she says, he's my hero. That's Helen Comparator, said from her Sarver, Pennsylvania home on Monday. He just said, get down. That was the last thing he said. So here's them. Helen said President Joe Biden tried to call to console the family after the shooting, but she wanted none of it. And a lot of people are like, well, can you blame her? I mean, this is Biden's fault. But she makes it a point to say, hey, it's not Biden's fault. It's just that I know my husband supported Trump and he would not want me talking to Joe Biden, so I'm not going to talk to Joe Biden. I didn't talk to Biden. I didn't want to talk to him. She said, my husband was a devout Republican and he would not have wanted me to talk to him. Corey Comparator, 50, a former chief of the Buffalo Township Volunteer Fire Department, was with his family at the Trump rally in nearby Butler on Saturday when the deranged sniper, and they're calling him Thomas Matthew Crooks, if that's who the trigger man was, that's who they're saying it was, opened fire, grazing the former president, wounding two others, and killing Comparator. Here's him in his younger days at the fire station. There's him celebrating his 50th birthday. Helen Comparator said the childhood sweethearts were on the verge of celebrating their 29th wedding anniversary when the family headed to the rally to support their candidate. Me and the kids were all there as a family, she said. He was just excited. It was going to be a nice day with the family. It was a bad day. He was a very loving husband, she said. She says he was a simple man, but he put his wife and kids first all the time. I did nothing here. I didn't lift a finger. He did everything. On Saturday, he died protecting his family, his wife said. Trump was grazed in the ear as screams rang out, killing Comparator and wounding two others, David Dutch, 57, and James Copenhaver, 54, who are critically injured but expected to recover. Helen said she's been overwhelmed by the support since the tragedy. A GoFundMe set up by her family raised $990,000. I think it's well over $1 million now. A lot of people are piling in boatloads of money. One came from, I think, Tristan Tate. He gave like $15,000. A bunch of people gave tens of thousands of dollars. The donations that are coming in across the community and across the country, it's more than I can even imagine, she said. It's more than I can fathom, but he deserves it all. He deserves everything. She said the family has not heard from Trump, but is steadfast Biden isn't welcome. She said the family has not heard from Trump, but is steadfast Biden isn't welcome. And of course, people are making a huge deal out of this. Wife of the firefighter who passed at Trump rally refused Biden's call after the shooting, didn't want to talk to him. People who are Democrats are making a big deal out of this, that Biden tried to reach out, but Trump hasn't. And Brooklyn Dad Defiant, who is decidedly Democrat, said, I think it's really sad that President Biden reached out to the family of the shooting victim, but they refused to speak with him because the victim was a Trump supporter and he wouldn't have liked it. Meanwhile, they haven't even heard from Trump. He was golfing yesterday. Another Democrat says Trump showed up an hour late in record heat to his rally while multiple rally goers had medical emergencies. Then one of his rally goers gets shot and killed and others are injured. What is he doing the next day? Playing golf. Now the family of the man who was killed is saying he hasn't even reached out to them. He does not give a singular F about his supporters. This guy says it's already been disproven that he played golf yesterday. The video spread around was from weeks before, but hey, keep the disinformation up. There's just a lot of people saying a lot of disheartening things. Corey's widow says, I don't have any ill will towards Joe Biden. I'm not one of those people that gets involved in politics. I support Trump. That's who I'm voting for, but I don't have ill will toward Biden. He didn't do anything to my husband. A 20-year-old despicable kid did. Sometimes I like reading the comments. I like to hear what people have to say. And this person said, she is also a hero for honoring her husband's life, wishes, family, and beliefs. A true American family, one to be emulated. May her husband's memory live long and may God bless his soul. This person says, wow, how far down can you define the concept of hero? She's not a hero. She just has a dead husband. A hero for refusing a phone call? Usually you become a hero for doing the hard thing, not just following your automatic thinking. Brian Tyler Cohen, another Democrat, of course, says President Biden called the widow of Corey comparator, the man who was shot and killed at the Trump rally. She declined his call. The family has not heard from Donald Trump. And just like always, the left is accusing the right is accusing the left. This person says Joe Biden's rhetoric is responsible for this. Per usual, blood on the hands of Biden. Prayers to the widow and her family. And she posts some Twitter posts by Biden. Donald Trump is the greatest threat to our democracy. How many times has he said this? You know, it goes both ways. People are constantly saying AOC is an existential threat to our democracy. AOC says the existential threat to humanity is global warming. And Joe Biden says the existential threat to our democracy is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a genuine threat to this nation, Joe Biden said. He's a threat to our freedom. He's a threat to our democracy. He's literally a threat to everything America stands for. And people are saying, hey, here's the kind of rhetoric that you can expect from Joe Biden. He's the one that fueled the fire of what you saw during that rally. He's inflaming these people. He's causing the hatred. Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy, and we cannot let him win. Trump poses many threats to our country, the right to choose, civil rights, voting rights, and America's standing in the world. Well, doesn't Biden also pose a threat? Doesn't any politician who's going to do the will of the bankers and devalue America's currency and ship boatloads of money to foreign countries when we've got homeless issues and migrant issues in the United States and other issues like hyperinflation's kind of coming, guys? So leave your thoughts about this. Do you think it was a heroic act for this woman to deny the phone call of Joe Biden? Do you think that Donald Trump should have reached out? Do you think Donald Trump will reach out? If he does reach out, do you think he will have done it because he got pressure from the public? Or do you think he's too busy right now? Or what do you think's going on? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. Let's grow this channel and let's spread some truth, setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. I will see you guys in the next one.